It's all exactly the same as what I've seen in the past, but on a slightly smaller scale. In this type of scenario, I'd have probably been kicking that door in if we'd had the right intelligence and telling them to get on the floor. Now I'm best mates.
I'm Jason Fox. I spent 10 years in the Special Forces, where I hunted down drug lords in Afghanistan.
Yeah, these are good. This is what we used.
Now, I'm going to Latin America.
Hola.
The dark heart of the global drugs trade.
Going into the barrio now.
One of them's got a shooter.
This time, I'll be travelling unarmed. To try to understand them from the inside.
Hay que cosechar coca.
Starting in Mexico, I'll make contact with the feared cartels, more powerful than the state.
Mi trabajo, soy sicario.
In Peru, I'll meet the producers at the bottom of the supply chain.
Con eso educamos a nuestros hijos.
And in Colombia, I see how the legacy of Pablo Escobar still runs deep.
Para nosotros no era un patrón, era un dios.
This is a world where violence is a way of life.
Yo he matado a mi propia mano unas 257 personas.
Pues si ustedes la cagan, hacen una cosa mal, pues sería ya cosa que ustedes la cagan.
And the criminals are the ones in charge.
If we were here without your permission, what would you do with us?
Gringo o gabacho.
I'm in Peru, on the final leg of my journey across Latin America. This is one of the world's biggest cocaine producers, much of which ends up in the UK. I want to see what life is like for those at the bottom of the supply chain, growing and processing the drug before the cartels traffic it around the world.
Hi.
Hey, mate, how's it going?
How are you? I'm Luciano.
Yeah, good. Luciano.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, you all right, mate?
Welcome
Good
to
see
Peru.
you.
Luciano is a local journalist, and he's taken me to an area where almost all the cocaine in Peru comes from. The Vrame is a treacherous valley in the Andes Mountains. About the size of Ireland, the Narcos have turned it into a lawless place. Outsiders aren't welcome.
So, Luciano, I'm assuming that some of the threats to us could be ambush, kidnap.
The other main risk is when being with the narcos, if their competitors or their neighbors get to see us, and if they call the whole population, the whole town, meaning having 40, 50, or 100 people around us, that is going to be big troubles.
Yeah.
Because they can kidnap and then they can apply what they call popular justice. So they decide what to do with us, basically. Communities here, they don't believe much on the government, and you'll see why when we get there.
But the danger isn't just from the drug gangs. The route into the valley takes us down some of the most perilous roads in the world. These mountains create a natural fortress for the cocaine producers.
Looks like there might have been a landslide or something.
No sé si pasamos, ¿ah?
Has there been a landslide? Does it look like?
¿Qué pasó?
The shittest place to break down.
Yeah, totally.
This lump here, it looks like it's chiseled away anyway. If that goes and say the back of the vehicle's on it, one of the rear tires, and it loses itself, then we're going to end up falling down the cliff, aren't we?
But you know, this happens here all the time. It happened a week ago. A truck like this with beer fell down.
The problem is we've got to get down before we lose any more light.
If it's dangerous during daytime, imagine how it would be at night. A bit more here. Yeah. Careful. Okay, you can stop now.
In the last 20 years, cocaine production in Peru has exploded. As America spent billions of dollars trying to shut down Pablo Escobar and the Colombian cartels, Peru stepped in and supplied the demand. The Vrame now single-handedly produces over £20 billion worth of cocaine every year. That's more than the annual income of Facebook. After 6 hours, we're finally entering the valley.
We're getting into Machente. This is
Machente.
a checkpoint for the police.
Is this the only checkpoint in and out of the valley?
Yes, this is the only one. And if you look, they usually check more the cars that are going out. So this is pretty normal, you know. They look for almost every car that goes out. Huge amount of cocaine come out of Ryan.
I mean, the guy there with the car, he looked quite thorough. It's quite a heavily manned checkpoint.
On the other side of this checkpoint live around 500,000 people. Most of them earn their living in some way from cocaine production.
Where are we now?
We're getting into San Francisco.
This is San Francisco.
Yep.
It's a lot different to the last time I went to a place called San Francisco.
And this is the bridge.
This is like their Golden Gate Bridge.
San Francisco is a narco stronghold in the valley. We're going to base ourselves here.
This is
Hola. Buenas noches. Hotel looks good, mate, thanks. I like the sofa. Takes me back to staying at my nan's.
But my nan's house doesn't have signs like this.
No weapons allowed. Fortunately, I didn't bring one. You didn't even need a light on in it. Bro, have you deliberately seen me off with the worst room?
it. Take a look at the view.
Considering its key role in the global drugs trade, San Francisco feels surprisingly poor. I've not seen any lavish homes or signs of wealth. Yet the town is completely surrounded by its chief export, the coca plant, the key ingredient in cocaine. Everywhere you look, there are massive plantations. The plant is legal to grow in Peru and is used in many traditional medicines. But processing the leaves to make cocaine is a crime. So the narcos hide their labs deep in the jungle. I want to see how so much cocaine gets out of the valley, despite military checkpoints and impassable roads.
Okay, so it's 5 to 3 in the morning. We're getting up, we're getting ready to basically head off for about 45, 50-minute drive We've been instructed that we've got to wear all black. All this to just basically detract away the attention going up into that area, as it's really dangerous.
Luciano has heard from a contact that tonight there will be a large shipment of cocaine being smuggled out. Moving the drugs is the most dangerous part of the operation. It's done by locals that know the terrain and who are willing to risk their lives.
The amount of cocaine that these guys are carrying is enough to send them down for a long time. It's in the region of between £1 and £3 million. Street value. Dos minutos.
Our driver is being guided to the meeting point by the smugglers, but they're worried we might be spotted by rival gangs.
Estoy en el hueco, estoy cruzando el hueco. Ya.
Anyone driving at night round here could be a threat.
¿Qué te dijo?
Viene un carro.
Viene un carro.
Ahí es el carro.
Ya, ¿y cómo hacemos? ¿Nos bajamos y caminamos?
Espera. No lo miren, no miren.
Okay, ready guys?
Okay.
Let's go.
Viene el carro, métase.
Wait.
Métase, agáchense.
Get in.
Métate.
Let's just get off this road. Make sure you've got your kit and then I'm going.
Yes, okay, let's go.
We're told the traffickers are going to meet us at an abandoned shack.
This is the place.
This is the casa.
This is the casa. Oye, ¿vas a subir o no? ¿Vas a venir o no? Ah, ya, te esperamos.
There's some guys coming up now. One of them's got a shooter. I don't trust that fucking shooter.
¿No? Tiene tono, ¿no?
Ah.
Okay. Está bien, around just for you to have oxygen.
Hey, buenos días. Yes, yes, all right.
The man in charge tells us to call him Paco. He's a local cocaine chef who makes batches of the drug himself.
Paco, how much have we got here? 18 kg. If you get caught with this, what is the sentence?
Mínimo 15 años.
Now, that's a big risk. Big risk. There's a kilogram brick right there. It's been wrapped up. I think this is his logo. Trademark, I suppose.
Tonight, these backpackers, known as mochileros, will carry Paco's cocaine on foot, through the jungle and out of the valley.
How did you get into becoming a mochilero?
Estamos trabajando por nuestra familia, a veces por necesidad. A veces no hay un apoyo del gobierno y aquí estamos por situación de pobreza. Y por escaso por nuestra familia, a veces nos ganamos un poco de pan para nuestra familia.
How does your family feel about you doing this?
No sabe mi familia, porque no quiero preocupar a mis hijos.
What do they think you do?
A veces que estoy así, estamos yendo a trabajar así en la chacra.
And what else do you think you would like to do, if you could?
Constructor.
And I'm interested in, is there a little bit of you that enjoys doing this? Do you get excitement from it sometimes?
No.
Not one bit?
No estamos en riesgo siempre. No es seguro ese trabajo. A veces muchas cosas es todo.
The job that I used to do has some enormous risks, but I did actually enjoy it.
and I got something out of it. And I thought there might be a little bit of that here. That's why I asked that question, but there isn't, unless he's deciding not to tell us. But I don't know. There's just not 1 ounce of satisfaction in it at all. No adrenaline, just fear. They got some fish, normal food, snacks, some fluid to take on, but they've also, the interesting thing is they've got paracetamol just so they can tide themselves over if they get feverish on the way. Watch that shooter. I don't trust that fucking shooter wanging around. This is us. Here we go. Everyone ready, yeah? Let's go.
The mochileros now face a 60-mile trek over mountainous terrain. They've allowed me to walk with them for the first few. Tonight, hundreds of them will be making similar journeys. Their backpacks heading for clandestine airstrips all over the Vrame.
We're actually passing through coca plantations as well on the slope there. Basically, the stuff's everywhere. If it's not in your backpack, it's bloody what you're walking through. Obviously not in my backpack. Yeah, I've worked in the jungle quite a bit. As a rule, you don't normally move at night in the jungle because it's just too dark, too dangerous. Normally hunker down, lie up for the night, get in your hammocks. And all the work that you do in the military, in the jungle, is done in the day. There are exceptions. And to be honest, these guys have no other option really, so circumstances dictated a night move.
The ridgeline is as far as I can go with them. Beyond it, the chances of being ambushed by rival gangs is too great.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
All this for just £150 each. Growing cocoa in Peru is legal because the plant does have legitimate uses, and it's always been part of the culture. For many Peruvians, the leaf is sacred and connects them to their Inca ancestors. When the government recently threatened to eradicate the coca plantations, there was outrage.
Luchar con esto. Y si me quitan esto, agarraré una piedra. Si me quitan la piedra, sería capaz de luchar con mis manos. Si me quitan mis manos, con mis dientes. Y bueno, si me quitan toda mi vida, hasta mi alma, mi espíritu también siempre estará hablando de la hoja de coca.
I'm heading to a coca leaf plantation. The owners, like most farmers in the valley, depend on the money this crop brings in.
Foxy, you have to pull over in here. There's a helicopter.
¿Cómo están? Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días, ¿cómo están?
Nice to see you.
Angelica and her brother Juan inherited their plantation from their parents and provide work for 30 locals.
Hay que cosechar coca. Así.
So you want me to work for you?
Pucha que.
You teach me to be a coca
Claro,
farmer.
fe.
I need paying.
Poco.
Okay, then how do we do it?
Y la cosecha es así.
Está haciendo.
No further instruction needed because I obviously picked it up from the off. Pretty much done that one. So what times of the year can you harvest it?
Mira, todo el año, cada 3 meses. Mientras que el café solamente una vez al año. Y los precios están en una tendencia de baja, ¿no?
So you are better off as a farmer to farm coca?
Eminentemente. Más plata que el café y que el cacao. El 90% de la producción del Brasil, pues, eminentemente. Y no podemos esconder también con un solo dedo, ¿no?
What would your lives be like if you didn't sell coca to the cocaine trade?
Pucha que discúlpame decirlo así con toda franqueza, el Bryce sería un caos. Es más rentable, incluso con eso es lo que nosotros mantenemos a nuestros hijos, educamos a nuestros hijos. Porque no pudiéramos con otros cultivos nomás. Tendríamos que emigrar por lo menos un 80% de la gente del Bryce a otros lugares a buscar otra calidad de vida.
The government, if the cocaine trade wasn't here, then they would have to support this area themselves. Do you know what I mean? So the cocaine trade's doing them a favour. It's like one less area they have to pump money into. Look how poor this valley is anyway. They're not rolling around in Bentleys and what have you, are they? Considering they're in the cocaine trade.
How have I done?
Más o menos, más o menos.
Me gustaría que se quede en el Bryce cosechando todos los días coca, junto conmigo.
Si tú trabajas todos los días, se daña la piel. Por ejemplo, de nosotros, nuestra mano es duro, así. Por ejemplo, el tuyo, como de una niña. Pero nosotros tenemos una política que lo hacemos sanar con orine y ya la mano se acostumbra para siempre.
Juan and Angelica seem like hard-working, decent people, but they are knowingly fueling the cocaine business. Back in San Francisco, I'm getting the sense that people are starting to notice us.
This whole area is people are either directly or indirectly involved in the cocaine trade, so they're very aware of outsiders coming in, and they don't particularly like us, which is understandable. But also, I mean, I keep looking out the window, I keep seeing people clock us and then perhaps getting on the phones. Could be completely innocent, but it could also mean that they're sort of paying attention to what we are and what we're doing. Should we just start loading up? That will save time.
Everything's in.
Luciano has heard that Paco, the cocaine chef I met before, is making a new batch. He's agreed to show us the conditions in which he has to work to survive.
We're basically putting our lives in the hands of people that essentially move in a very dark world. It's quite exciting. It takes me back a little bit. It reminds me of going out on missions before, although slightly different. There's a few bits of kit I'm missing that I normally have. Just on the last part of the route in now, which is less than comfortable. It literally looks like we're heading into the middle of nowhere, actually into the sort of Peruvian jungle. Everyone's phones are on silent, yeah?
This is Paco and his assistant. They're making cocaine, a crime which could get them 10 years in jail.
It's all exactly the same as what I've seen in the past, but on a slightly smaller scale. Like the presses I've seen are massive presses. They're obviously a lot more worried about being found out, discovered, so they keep it on a smaller scale. Whereas out in Afghan, they pretty much had the lay of the land and sort of free reign to manoeuvre. So they were making it en masse. In this type of scenario, I'd have probably been kicking that door in if we'd had the right intelligence, telling them to get on the floor. Now I'm best mates.
Fearing they'll be discovered, Paco and his assistant are constantly on edge. Every time there's a noise, they rush outside to take a look. 4 hours in, and now comes the most dangerous part. Paco heats up sulfuric acid to speed up the process, but he overdoes it.
It's horrendous.
Being forced outside, we could be spotted, but the fumes are too much to stay in the lab.
How long have you been doing this job?
Yo vengo cerca hace 6 años atrás. Estaría trabajando en esto de administrador de empresas. Reunir mi plata y abrir una ferretería.
Did she know that you were a cocaine chef?
Sí, sí sabía. No me decía nada con tal que yo traía la plata a la casa.
Would you recommend that?
No. Este trabajo trae muchas consecuencias, buenas y malas también, porque estás como psicológicamente dañado. Te estás cuidando de la policía, de los rateros, no sabes en qué momento te pueden matar o en qué momento puedes caer a la cárcel.
And finally, they measure out a kilo brick of cocaine, ready to smuggle out of the valley.
How pure is that?
Tiene 95 de cocaína acá.
How much profit do you make on this brick?
Debes ganar unos 500 soles.
Which is $150.
In the UK, this brick would be worth 1,000 times as much. Suddenly, we can hear people approaching outside.
Acá abajo hay como 3 personas que trabajan con la policía. Acá no hay gente como ustedes. Y cualquier persona puede ver que hacen este crimen y pueden levantarse el pueblo.
Luciano decides we need to leave immediately.
We probably legged it about, 100 metres, 200 metres. Bundled everything in the back along with us, and then we're just hightailing that out there before anyone notices, because if we get pinged in this area by any of the locals, then us gringos aren't welcome, and we'll probably end up getting, at the minimum, getting our heads kicked in. I mean, that was surprising. He's essentially been doing it for 6 years. I don't think he's that old. And as with people that we've met to date in Peru, there's nothing else that allows them to make enough money to supply for family, put roof overhead, pay bills, you know, do all the stuff that we all worry about. He doesn't make a lot of money out of it either. The markup, the profit margin is ridiculous compared to the risk involved. Is just outrageous. I mean, we spent the whole day, the whole night being on edge, and he does that day in, day out, night in, night out. It's mad.
Oh. Wait, he said I can see him cock it, but who knows?
Good. Cerveza.
Just a few miles from Paco's lab, the valley is celebrating the sacred traditions of the coca leaf. The communities in the Vrame have been dependent on the coca leaf for thousands of years. Cocaine is a relatively recent use.
Mate, what's all this about?
She's singing to coca leaf. Not only to coca leaf, but to everything that coca leaf represents. She's also singing about how coca leaf has been criminalized.
Ah, right, okay.
And she's asking the authorities on this song to defend and protect the coca leaf.
So they're basically honouring the cocoa leaf and all it stands for.
They've used it for, especially to get more strength. You know, they shoot the coca leaf so they have more strength to work on their farms, on their crops. But they also use the coca leaf for religion. So this is the message of this festival, that coca leaf is not a drug.
There are many legal products on sale here that use the coca leaf. From teas to painkillers, it's even supposed to be a good cure for altitude sickness.
Para el cabello. Muy tarde.
It works!
This is too late for me. Only one.
What is it? Cocaine cookie?
No, coca
cookie. That's what you know what I meant.
Gracias.
Cheers.
Cheers to coca leaf. I wonder how it would be to be drunk with this beer. You wanna find it out?
As the days pass, it seems the Narcos have this region to themselves. There's little evidence of law enforcement. So I want to find out what it's like to police this valley. I'm heading to a base just outside San Francisco.
Where that white car is, turn to the left. There is the entrance in here. ¿Cómo está, amigo?
Jason, hola, mucho gusto. Coronel Juan Colmenares.
Very nice to meet you.
Jefe de la División de Operaciones Especiales Antidrogas Palmapampa, del BRAE en Ayacucho. Bienvenidos.
Just like to say thanks for having me. Thanks for having us along. I'm looking forward to spending some time with you guys and getting out on the ground as well.
Encantado de tenerlos acá para poder mostrarles el trabajo que realiza el personal de la Policía Nacional del Perú por intermedio de la Dirección Antidrogas en esta zona del BRAE. En este espacio, para ponernos bien con Dios.
Before going out?
¿Sí? Mi sala de armas.
Armory.
Sí. Munaya, señor Foxy.
Hey, nice to meet you, you all
En
right?
este caso, él es especialista de fuerzas especiales de los
M4.
ingleses.
Yeah, these are good. This is what we used. Pretty comfortable with it. Was I misusing it, sort of? Glasses. G3?
Sí.
Yeah.
G3.
Yeah, used these before. Used to use them from helicopters. Baton.
Sí, con escopeta. Eso decía, saca la escopeta, la múltiple. Yeah, eso te
It's
mata.
40 mil grenade.
En una te mata.
Looks like something else.
Ajá.
The colonel is keen to impress, but many of his men are young and inexperienced.
El efectivo de mi escuadra ahorita está reducida a 10 efectivos con mi persona. Tuvimos el enfrentamiento que tuvimos con delincuentes terroristas.
So they've all fully recovered now and they're going to be coming back soon.
Tenemos comunicación constante con ellos y ya nos han comunicado que ya los han dado de alta algunos de ellos y ya pronta recuperación. Una vez que se recuperen al 100%, estarán integrándose nuevamente a la escuadra para los operativos que vamos a seguir.
Cool.
Sabemos que ha sido ex miembro de las Fuerzas Especiales. Te invitamos de repente a hacer un pequeño pase por el circuito que hemos preparado.
Yeah, go on then.
Mejor sí.
How many we got? How many?
¿Cuántas?
¿Cuánto tiene? 8, 12.
12, okay. Okay.
By the time I first saw active combat, I'd had 9 years in the military. Most of these guys have only basic training and 2 months preparation for combat.
He needs some dentures.
Podemos apreciar, estos son los disparos del fusil, ¿no?
Should have hit it from there anyway, but yeah.
Y felicitaciones. Esa memoria muscular nunca se olvida, siempre queda y es clásico de un Fuerzas Especiales. Felicitaciones.
Muchas gracias.
Van a estar conformados por equipo Alfa, equipo Bravo, equipo Charlie. El equipo Alfa va a ser el equipo de asalto, que está también Pelito, Tic Tac.
The unit has just received a tip-off about a cocaine lab in a remote location. Our ride, a Huey on loan from the US Air Force. Similar to what was used in Vietnam. The plan, to fly 32 heavily armed police in 3 assault helicopters to destroy a single lab. This is a massive strike force, considering our target is probably just a few guys like Paco and his assistant. Our landing site, a coca leaf plantation.
There's a bit of an air of what the f next. There's no...
We don't know what's behind us.
No, I mean, if theoretically I'd have these blokes shaken out, basically covering all our arms. So there'd be a shitload of blokes. I'd push them into the undergrowth as well. There's no point looking into that. You can't see anything. And then once you're in the undergrowth, you can start looking through it. And you've got no one covering our ass. I don't really want to slate them. There's a distinct lack of urgency.
Foxy.
Yeah.
Ya. Se ha ubicado en esta dirección un laboratorio rústico, posa de maceración de cantación. Vamos a ir hacia allá.
Bit too bunched up for my liking.
I notice you're pausing quite a lot.
Just as you move through close undergrowth, you should close up, and then across that wide open space, you should be spread out apart. If you're close up, someone with a machine gun will take you out in 2 seconds.
We finally reach our destination, a processing pit, where coca leaves are turned into cocaine paste.
There we go, there's a working maceration pit. Obviously not working now because they've all buggered off, but it's still doing the business. There's all coca leaves in there. You can smell the gasoline, you can smell all the chemicals that they use.
Va a incendiar, ¿no, acá? ¿Qué combustible?
People do live here, and it hasn't long been sort of vacated. You've got, you know, loads of different things. You've got batteries for a little bit of power. Light there tells us that they work at night, so they're working all the time, 24 hours a day. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can just look around, there's signs of life, there's just no life here. Here, do you want to see some more signs of life?
Or maybe a pair of pants. It's the inside intelligence telling them where they are.
Foxy, esto se utiliza para la posa y la gente también para chachar. ¿Ya? ¿Agota? ¿Acá? ¿Ah?
Just a leaf.
Sí, se adormece, ¿no? La gente trabaja con esto porque no le da hambre. Ajá.
Mira, burro. Que me voy avanzando con un grupo al punto de
It's hard not to feel like this is a bit of a pointless exercise. Pits like this cover the valley. Going to all this effort just to destroy one seems like a token gesture.
This is a show of force by the authorities, I'd say. When it comes to the war on drugs, people are more interested in the higher echelons. This is just a means of hitting the source, causing an embuggerance to the traffickers, and mainly to the farmers that are sort of working these maceration pits, because all they've got to do, once this place is gone, is they'll find another location not dissimilar to this. There's enough rivers out here. Let's go and get 3 or 4 blokes from women, guys, kids, from village X, get them down there, pay them some pittance cash, get them to dig another maceration pit, done.
Here in the Vrame, the Narcos and the local communities rely almost completely on each other to survive. The police are mostly unwanted visitors, more often than not damaging the livelihoods of those who have little to begin with.
Come on then, let's go. Because it's about to blow up, they set the fuses off. I think they forgot to tell us that. Every man for himself. Now watch. Heads up, heads up.
I think it's a forgotten area. There's no investment. You know, you go to the other places around the country. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a poor country, but this is a forgotten about place. Almost like, I mean, I don't know, do they want cocaine to be exported? Do they want to be known for that? I think people here, they see themselves as individuals that they haven't got the luxury of choice, and they have to do what they have to do. So yeah, it's a crime, but they're not criminals.
During my travels across Latin America and the world of the narcos, I've seen how in Mexico the cartels are now so powerful they control vast areas of the country. While in Colombia, the cartels have industrialized the trafficking of drugs across the globe. Today, more drugs are being produced, trafficked, and consumed than ever before.
It's become apparent that I think the war on drugs is being fought in the wrong way, and we're ploughing a lot of money into weapons and armies and navies, when actually the war on drugs is it's a war on poverty, because the people that do all the groundwork are from poverty-stricken backgrounds. They've got nothing else going for them. They've got no other prospects or opportunities, so they just go with what's in front of them, and that's working for the cartels and the gangs.